What part are you from?
Tiny place.
Thank you.
Verbier.
Verbier?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't believe it.
What?
There's this guy that works in my office, a ski bum. A real pain in the ass about skiing, excuse me. But he's always going on about Verbier. That's right at the foot of Mount Rosa, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
He says it's some of the best skiing in the world. Is that true?
Of course.
Is he 100% right?
Sure.
Then you must know Claude Lesueur, the instructor there. Have you skied with him?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Verbier.
Verbier.
I've made all this up. There is no Mount Rosa in Verbier, and there is no Claude Lesueur. You're not Swiss. What are you? What are you?
Can't you guess?
Sure, German.
Anything else?
How long are your working papers good for?
Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's a joke. It's not funny.
I don't need work papers. I'm a student here. Je comprends vraiment
I
pas
don't
ce qu'il
know.
veut.
Whatever you do.
You know, many
Try to-
foreigners marry Americans to make things nice and legal. Then all of a sudden the marriages don't work out.
Is that what you think of me?
Look, stop it. Just stop
Don't you
it,
ask
man.
me if I care for him?
Why bother? You haven't told the truth so far.
But why don't you ask me if I love him? Why don't you...
Okay, wait a minute. It's all right, Elsa, wait.
Let her go.
Why?
Because she's a phony. She's after something. Can't you see it?
Why don't you stay out of it?
You ordered Silla to be prompt.
Yeah.
You keep me waiting. Why? To upset me?
Good evening.
I'm not one to be mocked, and your behavior...
Don't give me any shit about my behavior. Not after what you've been pulling.
I've done nothing.
You're going to tell me that Chen acted on his own?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't mind you hiring him, but my brother, for Christ's sakes, did you have to involve him?
It was nothing.
It was a violation. We do not involve family. We never involve family.
Think of it as a warning, nothing more.
Think of that as a warning and nothing more.
You'd like to fight, wouldn't you? It will not happen. I'm much too old and far too smart for that. But we must talk, truthfully. Are you to be trusted?
No.
Is that the truth? Or are you trying again to upset me?
I know that you're going to the bank sooner or later.
Perhaps I've already been.
If you had, you wouldn't be here talking to me, would you?
What else do you know?
I know that you're panicking. You think when you leave the bank, someone's going to rob you.
Who would do such a thing?
Obviously, you think I would.
Well? Can I trust you?
You never could. You only had to.
We're talking of my safety.
May I be candid?
Yes.
I couldn't give a fuck about you.
Dave.
What?
come from a family of historians. Here's my card, and that's a proof. Please put those papers down. Please tell them to put the papers down!
Take it easy. What's in the papers?
That they have to do with the paper that I'm writing.
Would you tell me who this is?
It's my father.
Where can we contact him?
He's not alive anymore.
And this yours?
Yes, it's fully licensed, and you can find a license in the drawer, too. Look, I don't know anything. Why do you keep asking me these questions that have nothing?
I was in a state of hysteria. No. Don't you want to take a closer look than that?
No.
You see, in a sense, one becomes more emotional with age. First, after a lifetime of being taken by friends and enemies alike, and then just when you think you have your possessions sure, your health begins to go. That is, of course, the ultimate theft.
That's close enough.
And the circumstances, one's paranoia.
I said that's close enough!
Gets out of hand.
Stop!
Well, what are you going to do now? Shoot me?
No, I don't think so.
Then you are going to take these from me. If I could say a word about that.
No, you can keep them. You can keep as many as you can swallow.
I'm not quite sure what you said. Swallow?
Yeah, swallow.
Eat.
Essen.
You're joking.
No, I don't think so. I'm not joking. Essen.
That man who was here, he's showing you a gun. He'll come back and bring others.
Swallow!
This is madness.
Swallow.
Is it safe?
You talking to me?
Is it safe?
It's what say?
Is it safe?
With these three words, one of Hollywood's most indelible incarnations of pure evil secured its place in motion picture history. Following his celebrated entry into the world of independent production with Chinatown, former Paramount studio chief Robert Evans set his sights on Marathon Man, a best-selling novel from acclaimed author and Academy Award-winning screenwriter William Goldman.
Sidney Beckerman, who was a producer in town, gave it to my associate and fellow named Gary Chasen to read. And he walked into my office and said, "Evans, you got to make this film." I got Sidney in the office and said, "Let's make it."
Sidney Beckerman and Robert Evans bought it and wanted me to do the screenplay, which I did. And Evans at that time was a famous studio head because he had been a model. It was like you gave a guy you saw on the street the head of Paramount Studios. It was nuts. It was ridiculous to give someone with that background, and he was wonderful at it. And he had a huge success.
When I was making Jaws, I had a couple of days off, and one of the producers, David Brown, gave me the galleys of the novel. And he said, "I've just finished reading this. I'd like to see if you like it." So I started reading it about 10 o'clock at night, and I finished about 4 o'clock in the morning. And when I came down to breakfast the next day, he said, "What did you think?" I said, "Oh, it's terrific. It's a great page-turner. It's going to make an awful good movie." And I said, "But, you know, the guy who really fascinated me dies in the middle of the book." And 2 years later, I was playing the part.
The producers were eager to work with John Schlesinger, the honored and distinguished director of such films as Darling, Sunday Bloody Sunday, Far from the Madding Crowd, and most significantly, the Oscar-winning Midnight Cowboy.
My memory is that John Schlesinger was the one who contacted me about it, and he told me he was doing this film called Marathon Man, and had I read the book, and I said I had not. So, you know, I was interested in working with John because it had been one of the best experiences of my life, working with him on Midnight Cowboy.
One day, somebody told me John Schlesinger was looking for me for Marathon Man, and I was at that time on stage in Paris. I didn't believe it, of course. And the funny thing was that when they came over, everybody from Paramount, to the Plaza Hotel in Paris, I did not know which one of the 8 was John Schlesinger. And nobody would say, "I'm John Schlesinger," or "I'm Bob Evans," or "I'm..." So they just said hello and sit down, and I said, "To who should I talk now?" So after a while I was lighting up a cigarette and just said, "Oh, I loved Midnight Cowboy," and somebody said, "Thank you," and so I know it was John Schlesinger, so that was our first meeting.
I found him most curious to work with. When we rehearsed, he kept a tape recorder going all the time. And so we'd try a scene this way, we'd try it that way, and then he would take the tape recorder, come home and listen to it and come back and say, "You know, I really like this version. Let's see if we can develop this version." I mean, that's a curious way of working, but every director I've ever worked with has had a different way of working. It doesn't really matter what your work method is, as if it's where you're trying to go, what you're trying to achieve. And that's the way he did it.
He's a very sensitive guy, and he's very intelligent, and he's so alive, and he picks up everything.
He also is a director who really loved the process, I think, more than any other aspect of it. Yes, he liked getting a good take. Yes, he likes putting together the film. Yes, he likes the film working. But he loved the process, I think.
This was the only film I've ever made where the script was given to the person. And each person, from the director to Dustin Hoffman, to Laurence Olivier, to Roy Scheider, to Bill Devane, to Mort Keller, on our first choice, we got everybody.
You don't usually get casts of that quality for a genre flick. You just don't.
As I recall, there was another of you. I have an older brother. He's a rich, successful businessman. I think my father would have disowned him.
From the start, the producers had hoped for Dustin Hoffman to star in the film. Hoffman was by then an accomplished film actor, with 3 Academy Award nominations already under his belt for The Graduate, Midnight Cowboy, and Lenny.
They got Hoffman to do it, and that was a big deal because that meant the movie would go forward.
I knew Dustin from an off-Broadway play called Sergeant Musgrave's Dance. It's written by John Arden, and we had been in rehearsal for about 2-3 weeks. We're getting close to previews, and the director suddenly decided that he didn't like Dustin's North Country accent, and he fired him.
As long as they fire you before 5 days, they don't have to pay you for the run of the play. So actors always say, I got to get past the 5th day, and I didn't.
Now, I found out years later that at that time he was rooming with Gene Hackman. And Gene Hackman told me that Dustin was really distraught. He was really upset about, he really wanted to play that part. And of course, he went on to a couple of other shows, and the way things worked out, he was seen in one of those shows by Mike Nichols, and that led to The Graduate, and so forth and so forth. So it had been a couple of years since I'd seen Dustin when I met him on Marathon Man. But we had old memories.
It was an ironic experience and a good experience suddenly to be working with a guy that I didn't have the opportunity to a few years before.
One day a journalist asked me, what is the difference between a European movie and an American movie? And I said to him, in America you have to be in a good movie, and in Europe you have to be good in a movie. And I think I said that because of Dustin, because I saw something which happened. He watched every little thing, every actor, everything. He wanted that everything was good. So he knows that if everybody is good, it helps him too.
One of the problems that he had in the movie, rightfully so, was I think he always felt nervous about his age.
I remember joking with Schlesinger, saying, well, how old is this guy? Because I'm a little too old to, I was too old to do The Graduate when I did it.
Hoffman was probably 40 or pushing 40, even though because he's so youthful and energetic, he comes way younger.
I was close to 40. And I thought, well, if you think I can get away with still being in college, this will, I would love to have one more shot at convincing the public that that they would still buy me going to college.
Well, Dustin still looks very young. I mean, Dustin was really much too old for the part in age, but not in spirit and what he could convey. He's such a great actor. He could have played 10 years old, maybe. I don't know. Listen, he played a woman after that. What can I tell you?
There's another thing which was so beautiful of Dustin, really. We were shooting outside, and they started on me. Why that day on me? And nobody saw Dustin's face, only me, because he was in front of, just close to the camera. And when he said, why did you do that? Would you, or whatever the report, he had tears in his eyes. Nobody saw it, only me. What a gift.
Hoffman's preparation for any role he plays is often thorough to the point of obsession. And Marathon Man opened in October of 1976 and was an instant smash hit for the studio, breaking the New York opening record of The Godfather. Winning a marathon, much like succeeding at the box office, is a matter of skill, preparation, and split-second timing. The story behind Marathon Man still stands as a study in all three.
Everyone on the film felt they were making something that could really work.
Well, for me, it was terrific. I mean, it was like my fourth movie of any, major picture, and to be working with people of that caliber, it was very exciting for me.
The finished product is never quite as what you wanted it to be. But you remember, when you think back on a thing that you did, whatever it was, you remember, oh man, that was wonderful working with so-and-so, or we really were cooking, whatever. You remember those things about it more than you remember, because you're not in the audience, more than you remember the thing itself.
It was wonderful. It was, for me, sometimes I get very emotional. It was a gift doing this movie for me.
Marathon Man is a very good example of a collaborative effort from everyone. I think it's one of Paramount's finest moments, and it's a film certainly one of mine.